All right, yo, welcome in to Arch Rivals Picks Edition. Got a couple of things I want to hop into before we get to the picks, and then obviously, these are championship weekend in college football going down today. Big weekend in the NFL as we get closer to the playoff push. Blaze, what up with you, my man?
Oh, I can't call it. I can't call it, boy. It's gonna be an exciting day today, tomorrow. A lot of stuff going on, but the day is big. And remember, these championship games do get tricky. Like they
Yep,
don't always go as planned, like we think. Example, last night, but we'll get into that.
no
Whew.
doubt. But let's
Vegas,
start with
boy, Vegas got ramrodded.
yeah, but they probably gonna figure out a way to get it back today.
Oh,
But
no question.
they're gonna
Oh
get it back
yes.
today. You know what I'm saying? Um, But before we get into the sort of the easiest money on the board of the season last night, this week, kind of social media and really breaking into some news stories. Des Bryant went on social media, took a couple shots at ESPN NBA host Malika Andrews, more or less the way she handled Josh Giddey situation and stuff like that. And Blaze, I look at it two different ways. Number one, um, from a broadcast journalist point of view, and somebody that's been around and been in some tricky situations, I know that when somebody is being investigated, as opposed to when an investigation is complete, how you have to word things and stuff like that. So I don't have a problem with Andrews not coming out and immediately going after Josh Giddey like she's done some other cats because there's journalistic integrity involved with it. But what we've seen with Andrews is put it like this: here's my beef with Andrews, right? She's black when it's convenient to her. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh.
When she wanna rock cornrows and do stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? And seem cool and be the first,
Mm.
then she's black. But
Mm.
when it's not that, then she's not black. You know what I'm saying? So,
Mm.
and then the Joe Mazzulla thing, I didn't think that was right to just bring that out of nowhere. Nobody knew about Joe Mazzulla's past. And then with Brandon Miller, which I think it was fair to mention what Brandon Miller was going through, but not on draft night. That was such a
Absolutely.
big night for him and his family and stuff like that. So I get it. But my most important thing with this is Blaze. When the audience doesn't like a person, you just reassign the person. The audience hated Booger. When Booger was on Monday Night Football, the ESPN audience hated Booger. And they put
Hated him.
Booger right back to college.
They hated him.
The,
They clowned him. They clowned him and everything, bro. Yeah.
the NBA audience hates Malika Andrews. They got to move her, son.
NBA audience, the NBA audience hates him. ESPN don't hate. But let me say this real quick though. And I'm not really a big fan of hers anyway. Hey man, I remember, man, she was on a post on social media and I said something. I was like, damn, her voice is annoying. Dudes was like, nigga, is you gay? I'm like, no, I just don't like her voice.
Yeah.
It ain't got nothing to do with being like the social media people. Like I said, we're in the media, and like I said, I
You're
look at
right.
things differently.
Yeah.
Hey, this nigga don't like girls, huh? I love women.
Yeah.
Her voice is just annoying. That's all. I mean, it's okay. But anyway, is it her or is it the producers that construct her on what to say? And look, and ever since it came out, that's always been my thing. Only like I said, we've been in media over 15, 20 years now. So we know the average person on the street or on social media, they don't have a clue. And quite frankly, they don't care. So that's why when I read different things and, they was like, well, she didn't talk. But I was like, wait, let's pump our brakes for a second. She doesn't come up with the material. It's her producers. So blame her white producers. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I'm just
No
saying,
doubt.
man. I'm not listening. Listen, you know how I feel about Malika, but
Yeah.
I have to be fair here. I have
No
to be
doubt.
objective. Blame the white producers. Blame the white higher ups at ESPN who, as far as the program department and so forth. I can't put this one on her. If she had her own podcast, then absolutely I'm drilling her. You see what I'm saying? But
No doubt.
this
In the
work for
corporate media
ESPN, totally
structure,
different story.
and the corporate media structure, they're going to protect her. Like the other day when I was doing
Absolutely.
something for BSN, I was doing a short, and I was like, I want, and I said I want to discuss the Malika Andrews thing. The producer said we can't get into that. So the producers are the ones a lot that will dictate what kind of content and topics go into. And as far as the Josh Giddey thing, first of all, the girl ain't cooperating. So you can't really say he did this. You know what I'm saying? There's an investigation and stuff like that going on. You can't jump to conclusions. We knew Brandon Miller did what he did. My thing was, don't bring it up on the biggest day of his life.
Absolutely. On his biggest night, probably of his life. Yeah. Besides, if he ever goes to a team and wins a national and wins the NBA title, that's probably a bigger.
This season, I didn't remember he was in the league until they talked about draft nights. To be honest,
right. God, you know what I'm saying? Right, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, that's a dream come true. You know, that's a positive traumatic experience, not a negative trip. That's something you'll never forget. You know what I'm saying? On draft night. So, absolutely, I totally agree with that. But like I said, I just want to be objective in that, and just because we know how things work, that's more so the producers.
Yep.
As far as saying, hey, listen, this is the spreadsheet. They give you a spreadsheet. This is what we're going to talk about today, A, B, C, D, and E. And if Josh Giddey ain't there, what is she supposed to do? I mean,
There you go. You know what
that's
I'm saying?
All I'm saying.
So 100%, you know what I mean? She could she's not going to be on social media. Like I said, my main issue with her was back when, in 2020. Here's the thing, right? In 2020, I was working at Sports Illustrated, and I was doing a lot of work with the fan sided, the team sites, right?
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of the younger black, journalists and stuff like that were trying to come up. I would try to help them. And a lot of them was, obviously, it was the pandemic, so it was no sports. So a lot of the writing was about George Floyd. And they would always put George Floyd murdered. I would have to go back and tell them, you can't say that because that cop at the time hadn't been convicted. So you can't call him a murderer. And everybody would get mad. And I'm like, but this is legalities. You know what I'm saying? That go along with it.
Right. That's true. That's true. Because listen, I was gonna say, I mean, that was murder in plain sight, though.
No doubt, I agree. But
you know what I'm saying?
But he wasn't charged, so you couldn't say that.
Right. I see what you're saying. Yep.
That stuff because you don't want liability. You know what I'm saying?
I got you.
But yeah, definitely it was in plain sight. But last night, the Washington Huskies.
I was wrong.
Their spot. We're 25 hours away. While we're recording this, we're 25 hours away from the announcement of the Final Four, and I think we already got 3. Michigan, Georgia, and Washington are in.
What if Michigan lose today?
You still got to put them in, son. That'll be wild if they lose. 22.5-point favorite.
That will be wild if they lose. That will be but I can't see them losing. The only way they lose is unless this week, everything they would just, Michigan would just kind of loosey goosey all week. It'd be like, oh, we got this. Start listening to the media because everybody has picked Michigan this week. I saw a couple of people say Michigan will cover the spread. One of them was like 27-3. It was like one, and then I saw your man. I saw what your man said on CBS Sports. I can't think of his name. A brother,
Emory Hunt.
Emory. He said Iowa won't even make it to Michigan's 30-yard line. I wish there was a prop bet for that.
That would be a good bet, son.
I would say they will get there because anything can happen.
True.
Michigan can turn the ball over in their own territory. No doubt. And if Iowa gets the ball, bet one. Right? I'm just saying, anything can happen. The only time I ever seen that happen is in the Super Bowl when 2000 Super Bowl when the Ravens beat the Giants. Do you know they never made it to Baltimore's 20-yard line that entire game? The touchdown they scored was on a kick return.
It was a kick return touchdown. You know what I'm saying? I remember watching that game with my man Rel. God bless his
soul. I watched it.
Yeah.
That was the most probably the most enjoyable defensive mauling that I ever seen. Usually I don't like to watch, but I mean that. Woo!
Ray Lewis was in his prime. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man,
And then
bruh.
obviously me hating against the Giants. For those who don't remember, that's the Jim Fossil year. This team is going to the playoffs. I guarantee it. That's that year.
I
And you know
remember
what? He
Curry.
pulled it off. You know what I'm
I
saying?
remember Curry Collins and all that. I remember, but bro, they never made it. They never made it past the 25-yard line in Baltimore territory. That was a dominating performance in the Super Bowl. That was
If you remember
insane.
that season, the Giants season turned around when Jim Fossil took the play calling duties away from Sean Payton. It's crazy how that
Ain't that crazy? That's
20
crazy,
years
right?
later, you know what I'm saying? We
Absolutely.
still got the same people involved. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. That's crazy.
But Washington, shout out to the Huskies. Michael Penix did his thing. Also,
Give him
Heisman
credit.
Trophy. Jaden Daniels in the bag, son. Heisman Trophy.
Oh, Michael Penix, yeah, he sanctioned that last night.
No, Jaden
he
Daniels
put his
gonna win the Heisman Trophy. Yeah, Blake.
Think so?
He's minus 1250 this morning.
God, even after what Penix did last night?
So the Bo Nix loss. The Bo Nix loss made Jaden Daniels the Heisman Trophy. 3 lost Heisman trophies. We've seen it before. RG3 was a 3-loss Heisman Trophy winner.
He sure
Lamar
was.
Jackson was a 3-loss Heisman Trophy winner.
Sure was.
Somebody else was. It skips my mind right now. But we're going to see a 3-loss Heisman Trophy winner. And listen, Jaden Daniels was probably the best player pound for pound this year, though.
Wow. Yeah, I guess you're right. You're right.
All right.
Wow.
So today is the big day. Let's start at 4:00 Eastern time. First of all,
oh, you only care about Texas, huh? You only care about Texas.
Texas is going to play into it, right? But first of all, CBS, how stupid is this? They gave up the SEC. Did you know that, Blaze? They gave up the SEC.
Oh, is that game on ABC?
No, this is the last SEC game on CBS. They gave up CBS had the number. They got the number 1 pick every week. The price went up with more teams coming into the conference, and CBS backed out. Now they took the 3rd pick from the Big Ten. So next year, instead of a SEC game on CBS, you're going to get like Penn State, Michigan State. Blaze, I'd have paid that money for the big SEC game.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, everybody tuning into this.
Yeah,
everybody's tuning into this.
This is the last SEC on CBS broadcast, and that magical number, 5.5. As soon as I saw it, I was like, bam, there it is. 5.5. When you see the 5.5, that's the underdog and the money line. And that's what I'm doing. Underdog and money line.
Yeah, I mean, okay, but money line ain't popping off, bro. So money line ain't popping off, bro.
I got $100 on the game. I got 75 on 5.5 and 25 on the money line.
What's the money line?
The money line is, let me check right now and get you the latest money line.
I mean, it can happen. But
who's the last person to beat him is Alabama. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, no.
My thing is this. I just don't think that Carson Beck is going to come in here, you know what I'm saying, in his first SEC championship game and beat the Georgia Bulldogs. I just don't see it. That's where I'm at with it.
You mean beat the Alabama Prince
yeah,
of
beat
Pride?
The Alabama. Yeah,
and I don't think and I think Georgia will
plus 170, Blaze. Plus 170 on the money line. Yeah.
And I think Georgia will find a way to make Milroe make mistakes at the end of the game.
There you go, right there. We're on opposite sides of it. Now, do you think an Alabama victory? Joel Klatt was saying this, and I like Joel Klatt, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's one of the few college casts that I really, think like, all right, this dude know what he's talking about. And I like the way he broadcasts the games and stuff like that. I was watching this podcast, and he says if Alabama beats Georgia, then that's going to drag Texas into it because you can't have Alabama and not have Texas. I disagree with that. Texas lost to Oklahoma. To me, that Oklahoma ain't shit. When you lose to Oklahoma, and if Texas and Alabama was to play right now, Alabama would beat Texas. It would be the favorite.
I'm interested to see how Texas performs today. I'm glad that's an early game. I want to kind of see that. That's a big number too, minus 15 over Oklahoma. That's a big number. But Oklahoma State has been real in the last 2-3 weeks too, though. They haven't been playing up to par the last 2-3 weeks. And then the games that they have, the last couple of games they have won, they've been like, kind of like they've been down and like it's been back and forth games where they had to kind of pull it out at the end of the fourth. And I'm sure that's how Vegas is viewing That's how they came up with this number. That Texas has been dominant, and OK State has been real in like the last 3 or 4 weeks. So, like I said, we'll see. That's a big number though. Wow, I mean, for Texas to cover that, they're gonna have to come out and just like boop 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 boop. You know what I'm saying?
And
I
speaking
just
of
do.
Texas, I just saw this morning. Quinn Ewers coming back to school.
Wow.
So I'm like,
Quarterback, right?
Yeah, the quarterback.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
if I'm Arch Manning, I'm like, what are you supposed to? What is this about? You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's right. That's right. They do got him waiting in the wings.
Arch Manning is
Wow.
there. You know what I'm saying? So when I saw that this morning, as a matter of fact, it's front page on ESPN right now. Ewers likely to return to Texas, and I'm like, whoa, what's going to happen with Arch Manning? So that's going to be interesting. Does Arch Manning hit the transfer portal?
Wow. So you don't think he was ready to play this year? That's why when Ayers got hurt, they didn't put him in?
They always said that Ewers was going to be the guy this year.
Okay. But no, what I'm talking about, I'm talking about when he got hurt, though. Is it that Manning's just not ready?
Maybe it's Manning just not ready. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
So interesting to see how it plays out. Already had Dante Moore and Cam Ward. Dante Moore, Cam Ward, and Duke Riley. Riley Leonard from Duke have already entered the transfer portal. You saw this week when Matt Rule said transfer portal quarterback cost you about $1 to $2 million, and everybody's like, "Oh, that's just crazy."
Oh, bruh. Well, that's his problem. You know what, Nebraska, Nebraska, and that's why you're going to suck every year too.
Yeah, player development. If you can't go play it, then develop who you got. You know what I'm saying? And then make them that type of player. But all right, what we got on? Okay, what you got for today, Blaze? As far as college, what you got? I'm on my only bet today is Alabama.
I like Georgia -6. Well, I saw the line went down to 4.5. I like Georgia.
Okay.
Yeah. It was 6, right? So I just saw it about an hour ago at 4.5.
All right.
And I do like Georgia. I kind of like. I mean, I'm not betting it, but if you just ask, like, if I was betting, I would take Miami, Ohio plus that 7 against Toledo, but it's just a little tricky. If Gabbard was playing for Miami, Ohio, then yes. You know, they had a chance to beat Toledo earlier in the season, but Gabbard was playing. And Gabbard he's injured now and he's not playing. And Toledo, you know, like I said, that's gonna be an interesting game too. I mean, nobody cares about it, but you know, like I guess if a bettor was betting, I possibly could take a stab on Miami of Ohio plus 7.
And now that you mentioned, I actually don't like that right there. Actually, I think that's a good bet right there as well. And I just went to the odds board screen, and 4.5 across the board. There is no more 5s. There is no more 5.5s. It's a 4.5 point spread right now in the SEC championship game. That's where we stand right now. Georgia -4.5, and then tonight Florida State -1.5. That number you also see one. DraftKings is going to 1 on this one right here. So a lot of steam coming in on Louisville. Florida State quarterback, backup quarterback, the road maker guy. He is
game time decision.
So he may not play today. To me, I do have a future where I'm in a futures contest, and I actually took Florida State to make the college football playoff. I don't think it's going to happen.
This is the trickiest game of the day because you don't know what's going. They're down to their third string quarterback, possibly Florida State. You don't know, man. We don't know. I'm telling you, if Florida State wins, it'll definitely be because of their defense.
Yeah,
you understand what I'm saying? So, you know, if you're a bettor, don't try to figure this game out. Just enjoy it watching, because I'm telling you, you will get tricked in this game. I'm telling you, man. They're favored by 1.
They gave us, listen, the odds makers, they're favored by 1.
That's what I'm saying.
Yep. The odds
Florida State might come out and win by 14, and you take Louisville. Oh man, you know the average person, you know what? They down to their third string quarterback. Let me take Louisville.
Yep.
Florida State come out and beat them by 10.
Florida State third string quarterback is Michael Vick. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh my God, what's going on here? So yeah, but like, listen, trust me, the books, they gave us the layup last night. Trust me, they coming for blood today and tomorrow.
Ooh, man.
They coming for blood today and tomorrow.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But that's their fault. That's their fault.
You're right. They should not have put that.
I saw something on Instagram on Bleacher Report betting on the Bleacher Report betting page. They had a picture of Bo Nix and they had this thing that said, what was Vegas thinking about? like what? That was a lot of points.
Yep. All right, now as far as Sunday goes, let's get into it right quick. I'm not going to lay the number, but I'm going to put the Texans in the money line parlay. Washington at home is the automatic fade. I'll lay the 9.5 with the Commanders. I'll probably put the Titans or the Colts in a teaser. I love Arizona getting 6.5.
It's 6.5 now? Wow.
Yeah, I like the Cardinals laying 5.5. I think if Bailey Zappi could play, he would have been playing. I just think New England's getting ready to give up. Also, win one for the Gipper. Carolina Panthers go into Tampa and get the outright win. And in the game of the year, I will take the San Francisco 49ers.
Yeah, I like San Francisco this week, too. Philly been talking a lot. Philly been talking a little bit too much this week. So
I like San Francisco this week, but if they play again in the NFC Championship, I probably would go with Philadelphia.
Not if they play in San Francisco. I love San Francisco at home.
Okay. I think Philadelphia is a better team. I just think San Francisco is more hyped up for this game.
Well, Philadelphia's defense isn't better. Not this year. Bro, they look at all the points they gave up to Buffalo and Dallas, bro. All those points, man. What you think, Sam?
Dallas score 40 points every week, Blaze. What are you talking about?
Like I said, man. I bet y'all won't score. I bet y'all won't score 40 against San Francisco. I bet you that. Yeah, they just got y'all's number, man.
They're not on our schedule.
I'm talking about the playoffs.
We might get Philadelphia. You never know.
Yeah, I know that's who you want. Be honest with the people. Man, hey, listen. You keep acting like y'all can just beat Philly. Keep it up. Just keep it up. But I think it's time for them to lose this week. If Philadelphia pulls that out tomorrow, bro, we gotta stop hating, man. I'm just saying, come on, man. We gotta stop. I don't care if they win by 2. It doesn't matter. If they win that game tomorrow, man, come on, bro. Come on, man.
What else you like on the NFL tomorrow? Anything?
Go down the lines again.
All right, so.
No. I like Pittsburgh. That's why I said, wow, that line went to 6.5 because it was 5.5.
Really? You like Pittsburgh to win? I think Arizona can win the game.
No. Right. Have you seen Kyler Murray's last 2 games since he's been back? His accuracy it's totally off. This is like he hasn't been accurate at all.
Pittsburgh.
Okay.
Pittsburgh, and then that number, that's that magical number right there.
Okay.
Who else did I say? Tennessee. I would put that. Oh, let me ask you this one: Houston and Denver. I like Houston. I actually like.
Houston. I like Houston to bounce back. I like Houston to bounce back this week. So I like Houston. I do. I definitely like Houston to bounce back this week.
Detroit? What about Detroit and New Orleans? Detroit defense is not playing as good as it was to start the season, but I don't think New Orleans can do anything about it though. Detroit,
what's the line?
4.5.
Detroit.
Yeah.
They're playing in the Superdome.
They're playing in the dome.
4.5. Wow. Well, if Detroit wants to make a statement, and get a good roll going on before the playoffs, they need to come out and dominate tomorrow. We don't know that because Detroit hasn't been in the playoffs since who knows when. So give me New Orleans plus 4. I like a 24-20 game. I think the hook is going to kill anybody that takes Detroit. But like I said, man, who knows with these NFL games? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows?
Detroit played the playoff game. Wasn't it against the Redskins?
Huh?
No, they played the Cowboys. They lost that game to the Cowboys, and before that was the Redskins. Yeah, I remember. Detroit and Washington played a playoff game in the early 2000s.
Yeah, we beat them with North Turner. Beat them in the first round with Brad Johnson.
And then y'all went to Seattle the next week.
No, not with North Turner. That was we went to Seattle twice with Joe Gibbs.
Sean
we
Taylor.
Lost to Seattle. Huh?
Sean Taylor's spitting incident was in Seattle, right?
And then Carlos Rogers dropped the pick 6. Because remember, we had all the momentum in that game. Like we hopped on them early. And Hasselback threw it right to Carlos Rogers, and he started running before he caught it. We would have been up 14-3 in that game because we had all the momentum. The game you're talking about is North Turner when we had Brad Johnson. We beat Detroit in the first round.
And then you lost to Tampa, and Tampa went to the NFC
Lost to Tampa.
Championship.
That's what it was. Lost to Tampa.
Yep.
Lost Tampa.
All right, cool.
That's what it
so
was.
there you go. You got a couple of historians here. We know what we're talking about. All
Damn right.
Blaze,
I'm 53.
I'm almost there. I think we're good to go. You know what I'm saying? So everybody,
Yes, sir.
good luck. You know what I'm saying? Roll Tide. You know what I'm saying?
Georgia.
Right,
Georgia.
so for my man Blaze with the
all day through.
Yo, Blaze, Exec, we out. Holla.
Yes, sir.
Good luck this weekend, everybody.
Yes, sir.